Today I'll explore two parts of Kurayoshi, a small town in Tottori Prefecture near the Sea of Japan. First I go to a bamboo forest on the edge of town to see the remnants of an abandoned railway that was, in its heyday, the slowest train in Japan. Then I visit Oldtown Kurayoshi, full of pre-World War I buildings still in use, and some very strange modern touches. Good morning from Kurayoshi, Japan, up on the North Japan Sea. Today I'm going to explore this town. I had a great sleep in my hotel because it's such a quiet town, which also means that the population is declining, and I'm going to go see some evidence of that today. There is a train line that doesn't exist anymore and has a really weird history, and it still exists now. Parts of it are in decay, but there's a hiking trail along it, so I'm going to go find that. I have to go find the bus that goes there, and I don't know where that is, so wish me luck. It's down this way somewhere. Let's see if he'll open the door and talk to me. すみません、Taikjuyiに止まりますか？はいはい。Okay, we left right on time. This bus is like 45 minutes, some 45-minute ride, and it's just a local bus. I have to just watch for the announcement for my stop, which is Taikjuyi, because this is not a tourist thing, there's no English anywhere. I just have to listen and watch this sign, and hopefully I can remember the kanji for it. And when it comes, hit the button to stop the bus. You know, I could have caught this bus right outside my hotel, but I wanted to get on at the station. I walked all the way to the station to get it from its first station, just in case there were like no seats. That seems kind of silly now.
Japanese rumba, ay ay ay. Japanese rumba, ay ay. Japanese rumba, ay ay ay. Chotomatte kudasai.
Hi, arigato. All right, my bus has dropped me off here at Taikjuyi, here on this little road. The train line, the old train tracks, actual iron rails, start up here, I believe, so let's go find them. So, what I've learned about this train line is that it was the Kurayoshi Line. It went from Kurayoshi just about 20 kilometers down into the mountains here. It wasn't very long. It was started in 1902, and it is a remnant of the JNR, which is the predecessor to JR, which is what's around now, Japan Rail. This was Japan National Rail. The Kurayoshi Line was infamous for being Japan's slowest train. It's just so slow to go through the little winding, narrow tracks here. It's all diesel trains. And thanks to declining populations around here along the line was suspended in 1985 and basically abandoned by JNR. Some of the tracks have been torn up. Not all of the whole line is still extant. But this part has been preserved as of late to provide a little hiking place and a little look into history. All right. So in the old days, the train would go here, continue over a little bridge here, and go down that way. As so often happens in Japan, I got distracted, trying to walk to 30 feet to the next part of the tracks. Unexpected figurines in a perfectly picturesque country cemetery were perched on a hillside beside the former Taikjuyi station platform. And when you join back up on the other side of the bridge, you get to see the former Taikjuyi station. Taikjuyi means Taikyu Temple. So Taikyu Temple is over there. It's still there. This was a station called Taikjuyi to get people there. And I think this is one of the only platforms that still exists here. I don't know if it's the whole platform, but let's go see what it looks like. So you come all this way. I think what this is you pay 200 yen and you get like a replica train ticket from the line. 200 yen, are they kidding? Okay, here you go. It's actually made of cardboard. It's pretty cool. Is it 200 yen cool? Yeah. How many people have this? How many people got? Okay, here you go. One of the awesome things on this, that's still on this train line, the sign for Taikjuyi station. Taikjuyi. You can tell it's old style because nowadays this character U would be smaller for reasons I don't want to go into now, but Taikjuyi. Taikjuyi. And even then, it said it in English, which is always helpful for me. So, back in the decades past, people would be standing here waiting for this weird little forest train to come through here. Japan's slowest train. So there's this one kind of famous place down there that I've already passed it, where there are some bamboo stalks growing right between the tracks. And it's really, really cool looking. And I was talking to this lady who's here. Photography is her hobby, and she saw this on TV. She wanted to come see it and take photos. And so here she is on the same day as me, and she's taking lots and lots and lots and lots of photos. I kind of get the sense she's waiting for me to leave, but I'm kind of waiting for her to leave so I can get photos of it. So I'm kind of wandering around now. So just think, you'd be on a platform somewhere around here waiting for the train to come. The train would be going at about 10 miles an hour, averaging that between the two end stations, which is slower than marathon runners, I think. But you'd be here on a day like today. All the cedar trees and all the bamboo all around. Just quiet. What a great train this would have been. The diesel train huffing and puffing over this tiny little trestle here. Stunning place, really stunning place. The birds chirping and the dragonflies. The bamboo all around and the bamboo leaves on the rails, like between the rails below your feet. And here it is, the end of the walking line. This is as much as you can walk. I understand that they do open this up for guided tours sometimes. But you know, I like to travel independently, so I'm just here by myself, so I can't get in without breaking in. So let's go break in. Just kidding. Super cool looking old sign here. Super cool old looking sign here, actually from about 3 weeks ago. This is from some middle school, junior high school that took a class trip here, I guess, just to see the old rail line. Pretty cool field trip, I think. Except for all the mosquitoes. You don't know how many mosquitoes are hanging around me, in my ears, on my stuff. Ah, look at that. If you look this train line up online, you will see pictures of this view. This is the famous view of it down this straightaway with all the bamboo. There will probably be 3 bamboo stalks here. As you see, there are only 2 actually growing between the tracks. And this sign explains that one of them fell because of winter snow. So this sign says one of them fell. We're sorry about that, but these things do not live forever. So please do not lean on them and don't disturb them in any way. So that's too bad. There were 3, now there are 2. I don't know anything about bamboo, but this one seems green and fairly straight. This one is all brown here at the bottom. Kind of gets green up there, but it's curving. I guess it's just big and long and heavy. It's also tied up. I don't know if that means that one is not long for this world. So by the time you get here, there may only be one, this one here. And eventually there will be none, but maybe new ones will come. Good timing, I guess. Got 10 minutes before my bus is due to arrive from that direction. In this amazingly luxurious bus stop here in rural Japan. This is kind of what they're like. This is a nice one. It's actually got enclosures for weather stuff. And what's the point of just sitting here? What's the point of a passenger just sitting here waiting and not making themselves useful? This little brush, a straw broom in case you want to clean up. 3 minutes late, but who's counting? So, about 45 minutes back to the town of Kurayoshi, maybe 30 minutes. And we'll see these magical, wonderful white plaster houses of the Edo era. And nobody else is on this bus. 0 people, me and the driver. Back in Oldtown Kurayoshi, it was lunchtime. I couldn't have picked a more atmospheric restaurant, especially since they seated me right next to the speakers. I didn't add this music audio later. This is from the restaurant. Okay, I just found a restaurant called Seisuyan. Had the tempura set meal. Oh, it was more food than I was planning on eating, but it was great after a day of riding the rails like I did this morning. Now, I'm in Kurayoshi. I'm in kind of the downtown part of Kurayoshi, the historical part. And somewhere around here, there's this like row of like antique buildings. And that's the kind of the point, the main draw around here. So, I don't know where they are. I'm looking all around for them, but I must say, there are a million things around here that are distracting me on my way to finding them. This is a really, really interesting little town. It seems to be kind of a quiet day here in Kurayoshi. There's a few tourists walking around like me, but not many people. And I think right up here is the road, the old storehouses. I got it all to myself. I don't really know what it is, but I got it all to myself. I was wondering if that concrete thing would hold me. So far, so good. Okay, little more details about this, just found a sign. So all of these, they're not that old. They're from about 100 and maybe 120 years ago, something like that. But what's distinctive about them is this area is all of these concrete walkways and the white plaster and the brown roof tiles. It's unusual that this is so well preserved. So this is what it looked like 120 years ago in Japan. It's like all these little like anime type girls figures everywhere. I think that must be something that the town is doing to get like people to come here to take pictures with them for tourism reasons. Genius. Now we're getting to the type of stuff that I like. The old, disused, rusted, forgotten stuff. This is what's really photogenic to me. And look, this is for sale. All of these weeds could be yours. Maybe this is for sale with it. All of this could be yours. You could take all of these tables and that's a live bird. Anyway, you could take all these tables and chairs and stuff, revamp the restaurant or the cafe here, have the hippest place in all of Kurayoshi. And you have your own free bird, your free pet bird. Hey, speaking of old trains, look at this, now we're talking. All right, if I understand this correctly, and that's a big if, this is from a train line that was built in 1870 across, like, in this part of the Japan Sea. Actually, the train line of 1870 was an important part of Japan's rail history, but this particular train was in service from 1935 to 1972. And best of all, it ran along the bamboo forest line that we saw this morning. There had even been a picture of a very similar locomotive on the souvenir ticket machine there. Can't read this, but I think it says, "Please go under the yellow tape and on up, sir." Maybe not. That sign does say Kurayoshi on it. Well, they can't stop me from extending this selfie stick and looking inside. What did you see? Okay, here on the green sculpture promenade, I'm going to call it a day here in Kurayoshi. It has been great. This is a really, really cool area, very unusual, very unique. If you're ever in central Japan, come on up here. Many thanks to my Patreon supporters who help make these videos possible and who, for as little as $1 a month, can watch new videos at least a week before they're published. Special thanks to Jacob Fatz, Nathaniel Holland, Omeyer, Ray Nichols, and Will Phillips. Also thanks to subscribers to my free weekly email newsletter who can watch new videos a day before they're published. If you'd like to join either one, links are in the video description. And thanks for wandering around with me.